Then, I guess with the passing of Don Cornelius, whoever was in charge of the Soul Train, I guess, I don't know, slipped.
White folk. Mic check. 1, 2. Oh yeah, you know they canceled the BET Awards and the Soul Train Awards. It's over. No more BET, no more.
Good.
They got tired of niggas getting shot. We don't need that shit. Anyway, Fat Joe and Jada was talking about it.
I was scrolling yesterday, I seen BET is canceling the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Award. We all know, people, the BET, the Hip Hop Awards, till they started switching, I think they let you host it.
3 years, 3 years.
Kevin Hart do the last one, so they put a little bit of fluidity back into it, but it was a time when it got like the Ratchet Awards and nobody was really going and this and that. Then, I guess with the passing of Don Cornelius, whoever was in charge of the Soul Train, I guess, I don't know, slipped.
White folk.
Then, I guess with the passing of Don Cornelius, whoever was in charge of the Soul Train, I guess, I don't know, slipped.
White folks.
It didn't have the same fluidity as it had other years, prior to before he passed. So now they just canceling it. That's like a loss for the culture. What you say?
You want me to say? You just explain what do you want you to say?
I just gave
I
you
got
the
a different. I got a different approach, man.
Okay.
My approach is factual. BET, this is a form of gentrification. What's going on right now? Right. So I don't know if y'all really want to ask me about this shit. Right. So BET came up as a community station for Black people, right? The urban culture, and our man, Bob Johnson, took the check. He sold it, first Black billionaire, whatever the case may be. He sold it. He sold it to Viacom and Paramount, MTV and them, VH1 and them. Little by little over the years, quietly, they've been firing a lot of people behind the scenes in BET, and everybody who has something to say, they've been firing them and this and this and that. And I know because I've been working on the BET Hip Hop Awards for 3 years. Shit was like the budget, not for me, but the budget
just kept getting
chopped and chopped and chopped. And last year, I debuted my single with Khaled in the VMAs, and Katy Perry's still flying through the air in the VMAs. They still blowing out of the cannons. They still flying in the air. They still got all the tricks. They still got the budgets. They got the shit, And so I think in the entertainment world, I don't think I know this was like a form of gentrification. They kept underfunding them. And you ain't got no money to be creative. That's why you was watching the Ratchet Awards and all that. They ain't had no bread. Last year we shot the last joint, and
they have bread for what they want to have bread for.
Look, I got 2 things to say. One, first of all, dudes is always complaining, but these are our supposed people. These are the people in the community that are held up, right?
No doubt.
How often are they making moves to acquire said things? You can't complain about nothing with no ownership.
No doubt.
Y'all are supposed to be the big dogs. Y'all run around telling everybody how rich you are. That's your whole thing. That's a big thing in rap, but nobody's acquiring wealth.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's acquiring power. Nobody's acquiring the things that really damn matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can complain about all you want, but y'all sitting on a bunch of paper. I don't see y'all trying to get together and buy it, or had even thought about such a thing. And, and another thing, hold on, before I don't want to forget.
Go ahead, son.
And the other part is, I don't give a fuck about that shit.
With the BET Awards?
Yeah. So it's another time for niggas to come together and shoot each other or some dumb shit. For another legend to go down or
display all the righteousness.
Right. And y'all talking about, okay, well, they still got their funding and shit. They also not shooting each other.
True.
On a regular basis. And also not slutting out their women. Don't get me started, y'all. Anyway, but go ahead.
Son, real quick. One, there's a difference, to elaborate on what you said, there's a difference between being rich and wealthy.
Right.
You can run around here talking about how rich you are.
Right.
It's another thing with
you got
wealth.
Money flowing.
It's another thing with wealth. Viacom, Paramount, they are wealthy. They're the ones that acquired. Like you said, Bob Johnson.
Money makes money.
money makes money. So if he's the first black billionaire, Bob Johnson, somebody cut that check.
Right.
So they got bread. Not Fat Joe and Jadakiss money, Lil Baby, and none of them. They just entertain. They like athletes. They like athletes. They just out here for entertainment purposes. That's it. Now, as far as acquiring, they ain't acquire that. I remember you right. At one time, BET was Black Entertainment TV.
Right.
It was for black folks. They had shows like Teen Summit.
Bob Johnson owned it.
Right. Bob Johnson. Now,
Yeah,
like he
something
said,
like Teen Summit.
where Fat Joe kind of put the brakes on it, where he kind of want to expose it. But again, he an entertainer. He like an athlete. He can't really put it out there.
Move within the system.
No doubt. He's right. It has been gentrified where it's white folks, it's think tanks behind BET. Black folks don't run nothing. They don't run none of that.
Which makes the Poison music that much more disappointing. But anyway, here we go.
So I'm so honored for the opportunity, Connie Orlando and the whole crew to let me host. That was one of the biggest things I ever wanted to do in my life. You know, I look up, if I never told you, I look up to a Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey's my guy at media that I want to be like. And so, you know, that made me feel like I was Steve Harvey of hip hop and trying to keep it consistent. But I saw what they did to him. They just stopped the budgets. They started firing. I almost said arrested. They started firing a bunch of people who brought a lot to the table. And now we're left with, guess what? This ain't working. But nothing without no money, no promotions, no staff, no nothing works. It just don't work. You might as well have called it the Independent Awards. And so, no Soul Train, no BET Awards. But guess what? We got the VMAs.
Those ain't for us.
Well, you got, you know, I'm being honest with you. I love the VMAs too.
I got the VMA, but then still.
I love the VMAs too, but the point is, that's your answer in a nutshell. That's what happened.
They left us with one award show.
The BET,
that ain't really ours anyway.
Yeah, but they got I think the main BET Awards that.
You know what it boiled down to, son? That bottom line. People stop watching it. It come down to ratings.
It's less popular.
The numbers, right? It's less popular. So you know what? It ain't doing the numbers. Cut it.
Right. Leave that shit alone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
BET regular awards is still there.
Yeah.
But that's still a little topsy-turvy.
Oh no, that's a little. That's a second away. The writing's on the wall. You see everything else falling down as a domino.
Right. Yeah, that's probably next.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
That's the next one. One little fumble by Kevin Hart. One little joke too many. That shit over too. And so that's what it is. You know, sometimes, you know, and I got a lot of friends at VMAs and MTV, and I love you guys. But, you know, sometimes the goal is to buy your project to suppress you. You know what I'm saying? So the goal is, yo, some big company might come and be like, yo, we want to buy Rewind to 10. Throw us the Billy. And then like shut it down. Yeah. Like, yo, this shit got to go. We got to keep this thing moving. Who knows?
But it's just like Essence Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody trying to own it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying
Joe
or Jada.
I thought Essence, the magazine, owned Essence Fest.
No, what I'm saying is this year Essence Fest had a heavy African influence because an African guy bought it. Their creative director was African. They was doing stuff like Jollof Rice versus Jambalaya.
Right.
You know, they was
pushing their own agenda.
And black Americans were upset. You know, and they felt that it was co-opted. But I'm like, you know, you can't really be upset with something you didn't own.
No doubt.
And I'm not saying that that's incumbent on the particular fans. Mm-hmm. I'm saying our general attitude doesn't lean towards ownership. Therefore, nobody up here, or the people we consider up here, even thought about purchasing Essence Fest.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we hold these people up in high regard, but they're not building nothing.
No.
Because
they not own, like you say, they don't own anything.
They don't own anything. And if they did, that attitude would permeate throughout the community.
No doubt.
You understand what I'm saying?
Could possibly.
But I'm just saying, if these are things that we aspire to, they don't push anything that should be aspired to.
Yes, sir. Ownership is big.
Yeah. They push, look, I'm better than you, nigga.
That's it.
That's the key.
And I take your girl, and
I'll take your girl. I am better than this nigga here. Not I want to compete on a global scale. I just want to be better. Like I don't need to outrun the bear. I just trying to outrun you.
Right.
And that's the general. I think that's the general consensus. So it all ties in back to the attitude of ownership simply isn't there. Because if not, all the money that these rappers and everybody's talking about, it would have at least been a few of them that got together and said, listen, we should buy this up.
We've seen that before, son. We've seen them try to come together with some solidarity. They'll dismantle that. The powers that be will dismantle that. Trust.
Well, I'm saying quietly. I ain't saying I
ain't
saying a campaign.
Right.
I'm talking about just one of all the rappers that claim they got all this money, these gold chain and teeth and diamond tubs and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that's hip hop was built on that.
A few of them ain't get together like, yo.
Hip hop is built on boasting.
Even the old school dudes, it's like a few of them ain't get together like, yo, BT in trouble. Why don't we go grab that shit